Hey, this is Quinton with Living Wild Outdoors, and today, me and my wife, we're going to the First Creek Trail Loop, and it starts here at Temple Hill Trail. Stay tuned. We get to see a lot of cool stuff in this trip. We got to see a bald eagle, a lot of rock bluffs, cliffs. We go down the river, cross a river, and we got to see a big buck. So stay tuned. You can see all that stuff, and it gets very exciting. So not boring at all. Well, here's the Temple Hill Trailhead. This is the trailhead, the parking area, and see the sign there. So then we're going down First Creek, the loop trail. It's a little chilly. My hands are cold.
My nose is frozen.
I didn't want to wear my jacket because I know I'd have to, once I got warmed up and walking, I'd have to take that thing off.
I don't think I'm gonna warm up.
I think, well, I'm pretty good. My ears and my hands are what's cold, so it is pretty chilly.
My ears, my nose,
It's like 32 degrees right now.
my face.
So it's supposed to get a high of 59, so it's supposed to warm up a little bit. So that's what I'm preparing for, is to be warmed up. Look like it.
There's more.
Yeah. You up here?
Look at that.
Well, that ain't a widowmaker if I ever seen one.
Walking right under it.
It'd be my luck. It'd be about the time it'd fall. About the time I walk under it. Been that way for 50 years.
For ya. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you probably beat on the tree a little bit. I know how you are. If I ever die in my sleep, I want an autopsy.
You have it on video now.
Yep. And the world will see it. You can't see this. There is a bald eagle flying around right there. Well, that just made a trip worth it. Huh. Got to twist an ankle of them, all them big rocks under the leaves. Can't see them. Some deer.
Time stood still, just like a photograph. You made me feel like this will last forever. Looking in your eyes, I see my whole life. Oh, they say you know it, then you know it, I don't know. Promise that you hold me close, don't let me go.
Seen a lot of horse tracks, a lot of sliding, a lot of prints. I don't think you're supposed to have horses on this trail. Some brave souls they did. Whew. I mean, you have to watch your footing just on your own 2 feet, let alone a horse. Just some tight stuff, tight corners. We're gonna have to climb this whole thing on the way back. We started up there. Yeah, that'd be a workout. Whoa. Well, we came to the loop that you see on the First Creek Trail that goes around what they call First Creek Lake, and that we'll get a better look at in a minute is what they call First Creek Lake. So there's a sign for it. You can go, just makes a loop, so you can go left or right. It doesn't matter. Just makes a loop. Of course, it keeps going on the other side of the loop, so you keep going. We're just going to go around the loop today and circle back around and go back the way we came. We're going to go make a right-hand turn, go the long way first. Make the loop all the way around the lake. You can see it here. The creek goes through it. But I imagine it's where they're, this time of year where they're pulling the lakes down. The water levels are low, so it just pulled it down some. Maybe, I guess. To be honest, I don't 100% know. They do have backcountry campsites here too. We just passed one right over there. There's a sign for it. Pretty self-explanatory. They have a fire pit where you can build a fire. They have spots where you can put your tents and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. If you want to camp out here for a traditional style backcountry camping, you can do that here. There's actually one here, and if you take a left at the where we just made a right-hand turn, there's one just shortly up that way too. So there are multiple ones that you can choose from. That's a big old buck right there. He's a bruiser. So I did Google it. I guess horses are allowed on the First Creek Trail, which is kind of surprising. So this is what they call the First Creek Lake. You don't see no water in it. Of course, you see there's a creek runs over there. We was crossing it and going through it a minute ago. If you come here in the summer, I imagine this is going to be full of water. I mean, I've seen pictures of it where it's full. So I imagine where they drop the lakes in the wintertime, I'd imagine it pulls the water out of this. So if you come when they have the water up in the summertime, this should be full of water.
Oh, my tongue, right?
You have to pay attention to the trail markers like this. If you're not sure where to go, just stop like this, and it just cuts left. So you kind of stop, regroup, so you don't get lost, and look out for the trail markers. There are some spots that the trail markers are, you can't see them, so you just have to look and see which path is makes the most sense. Go down and hope for the best. If not, backtrack. Right? See, like this scenario.
Looks like
Pull my GPS out. Here's the marker here, so I think it may be. We should be going this way from the way it looks. Looks like we're back on a clear trail again, for the most part. See, I don't know if you can tell, not much of cut trail, just blue markers. We're almost back to the beginning of the loop now. And the trail does turn back into more of a clear-cut trail where you don't have to think about where you're going. So, yeah, there for a while, you really have to pay attention. And use your brain and just kind of be aware of where you're at, where you're going. Make sure you wasn't going down the wrong way. And but we're gonna finish this loop here and backtrack the way we came in by the rock boulders and stuff. So we're at another split here. The sign, First Creek Trail. It's the way we came from there. That trail there, you keep going. First Creek Trail, that's what takes you on. You go and go, and so that's not the way we're going to go, because we don't have time today to do that. So we're going to take a left-hand turn right here where that marker says F1. That there takes you back to the beginning where we split. Made that right-hand turn right there at the beginning of First Creek Lake, and this here will take you back to that. So we're gonna go there, and we're back on clear marked trails now, so you don't have to think about where you're going. And there for a while, you had to really pay attention to where you're going, or you're gonna get lost. And trees down, trails kind of go every which direction, and you just never know. So on the other side of First Creek Lake, and you can kind of see where it's pulled up more there. It's not just the creek that runs through here, it's kind of coming out where it's like it's supposed to, so you can tell the water's low. And got a little creek here, and yeah, it's a lot bigger there, so you can tell that it's supposed to be something beside the creek. So yeah, I'm curious to see what it looks like in the summertime, and with the water up. So I was hoping it would be, but I didn't really think about if the lakes are down, if that's the reason why it's down. To be honest, I don't know 100% sure. And but that's just what I think, because, you know, the lake I live on, they've dropped the bottom out of it. Green River Lake, I haven't seen it in a while, but I'd imagine they've pulled the plug on it too. So taking all this water level down, I'd imagine. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. There's a campsite here. It's right next to the lake. So, and so you could camp here. You'll be right on the lake here. Here's the creek, first creek that runs into it here. So we made it back to the T from where we came from. So we're gonna go back the way, okay? You'll follow the McCoy Hollow Trail, which is the trail directly across from Temple Hill Trailhead. So it's on the other side of that where we parked. So you gotta follow this back and so make our way back here. So
You wanna eat?
get up. You want to?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Done eating. We're gonna cruise on out of here. Well, ain't gonna be much cruising uphill. That's where that creature jumped out at me at. Had to run away, barely got away.
Coming home with you.
Well, we are back at the First Creek Trail Loop, the start, Temple Hill Trailhead. Overall, I will count this as one of the good ones. It was, I wouldn't say this was extreme, but it was advanced for advanced hiker. You know, narrow trails, you had to find some your way sometimes around the loop. You just didn't know really where to go. Had to pay attention. A lot of uncertain footing, narrow around ledges. Of course, this time of year, the rocks are hidden under the leaves, so you have to be careful where you step. But we did get to see a lot of cool stuff. We got to see a bald eagle, see big old buck. I'm not sure if you'd be able to see it in the camera, but we're gonna try anyways. And you know, the rock bluffs, you can see the river, lots of cool stuff. It was one that I would recommend. I may come back in the summertime, see about that lake, see if it's up, just out of curiosity. This is kind of a scouting project today. I think I'm going to try to make the whole thing go down several trails. It's a little over 16 miles, I believe. I'm gonna try that. May go a little longer and camp somewhere down the line. So I am planning something like that. Hopefully we can make it happen here pretty soon. We'll probably let it cool off just a little bit. Not sure if my wife will go, but I got a buddy that does want to go, and we're gonna try that out. But yeah, do recommend. Very pretty the whole way. It's not boring. Not a step of the way is boring. So, but yeah, this is, like I said, this First Creek Trail loop starts at Temple Hill Trailhead. There is another trailhead, the First Creek Trailhead, I believe it is, but this was closest to the lake. So I wanted to start here, go up just as a scouting trip. So that's why we started here. And it's a little bit shorter because I have to be somewhere here after a while. So, but if you like these videos, be sure to like and subscribe.